welcome to my channel. My name is Kiki and it is time to make crafting fun. DIY number 1, and we're gonna take one of these boxes from Dollar Tree. Those are the ones that had the drawer inside, and we're gonna take antique wax and we're gonna stain it using our antique wax. And for that I'm using a sponge brush and we're gonna sponge it all around. Well, paint it. So we're just gonna paint it completely and then we're gonna wipe it off using a wet wipe. We just paint it and then clean it up and go ahead and do all of our box, including the inside and sides. So we have a beautiful finished box. Now that we have our box finished and dried, we're gonna take canning, this, and we're gonna make a border for our box. And for that, I'm just cutting the pieces like this. So we have a border, and also I'm gonna crisscross some of them like this in the middle like that. Then I'm gonna cut the excess like this so I can add the borders. And for that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 4 of those, add a strip of hot glue and glue them, and then I'm gonna cut any excess that I have. I'm gonna repeat that all around our box, but only on the sides. We're not gonna touch the bottom. Now you can see it, and I'm gonna add a little bit of foam, floral foam, to my box. Now, we're gonna take this paper, and I use this brand because it's sturdy, but you can use any paper that you have, craft paper, but make sure it's sturdy. Now I'm just folding it like this, so we can make leaf kind of shapes with them like that. And we're gonna cut lots of those. We're gonna take a foam tree from Walmart and our glue gun on low heat. Then I'm gonna add a strip of glue like this, and we're gonna start adding our leaves just like that all around our tree form, all around our foam tree. And we're gonna continue just doing that. And now, as you see, I'm just adding them in between the petals or leaves from the bottom, so we get a scallop. No, it's kind of a staggered look. And we're gonna continue doing that until we have reached almost the top of our tree. So you just continue doing that until you have reached almost that top. Those cones, you can find them at Dollar Tree also, but I just found this ones at Walmart and got to work. Now that I have reached almost the top, I'm gonna make a cone out of this paper. That's why I use this one, that it's really sturdy. And I'm gonna make a cone with the paper and a little bit of hot glue like this. Then I'm gonna cut the excess like that, and I'm gonna glue that to the top of my tree like this. Then after I glue that, I'm gonna start adding more of those leafy thingies to the top of the tree, and I cut it smaller shape of leaf. There's no pattern, no right or wrong way to do them. You just cut the ones that you want. And here you have it. And now I'm gonna take a dowel. This is the red one from Walmart. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it, or cut it first, and add it to our box. Here you can see it doesn't have the foam because that was a little bit earlier. But I just wanted to show you that we cut this one, and I'm using my miter shears. And then we just add our tree, and for that I'm just pressing it a little bit, adding lots of hot glue and adding our dowel back. Now we're gonna take white chalk paint and we're gonna give it a good dry brush all around our tree to make it look like birch wood. This is inspired by a tree that Janny from Deco has on her home, and I'm gonna show you a little bit later the one that she has before I show you the finished product. And here you can see that I'm adding it to the foam using the same method, just a little bit of hot glue. And now I'm gonna add moss. You can add reindeer moss or Spanish moss as I did. And after that, that's it. And here you can see Janny's Christmas tree, and I just love it. I just had to make something similar, but let me know how I did. And here you can see that I made 2 of them, and I just love them. They are so beautiful. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these ones. I think I made Janny's trees a little bit of justice, but let me know what you think about those. I love them. And this is part of the Christmas in July Around the World Hub. And this is hosted by Janny and Dyanne from Deco Easy. In the description box down below, you're gonna find the link to the next creator and also to their channel, so you can go and check out what everyone else created for this awesome hub. Now for DIY number 2, we have this mason jar sign, and I have Waverly white chalk paint in apple barrel on sunny day, and also we have antique wax. Now I'm gonna take that white chalk paint and I'm gonna paint the inside of the jar like this, all around it, just covering all of that inside really well. And then we're not gonna let this dry because we're gonna add a little bit something extra. You know me, I love my extra. Now I'm taking some of that sunny yellow, and I added too much, so I'm using my fingers just to get rid of some of that paint. Yeah, we're crafters here. Now I'm just blending that white with the yellow to make it look like a lantern kind of thingy. Like those beautiful luminaries we see on Christmas. Now I'm taking the antique wax and I'm gonna paint all of that raised border that we have. I'm gonna paint it all around with that antique wax. After that, I'm gonna paint the outside border. And for the outside border, you will see that I used the same white chalk paint from Waverly, and I'm gonna paint all around our mason jar. After I have painted all of that border, I'm gonna take some gunmetal and I'm gonna paint the lid, because we want this to look like that beautiful luminary for Christmas. Yeah, that's what we want. So I'm gonna paint the lid on silver color like this. That's the gunmetal, and this looks like an aged, beautiful mason jar. After that, I'm gonna let it dry completely, and then I'm gonna come back with this decal that I made, and I'm gonna show you this is how it looks. Now I'm just gonna stick this over here. I should have stick that a little bit lower, but you will see that I fixed it somehow. Now I'm just gonna make sure it is there, and I'm gonna grab some Epsom salt and some Elmer's glue, and I'm gonna add Elmer's glue all around my sign like this, and on top of that sign, because we want to give it the frosty kind of look. And for that, we're gonna use our Epsom salts. So just make sure it's covered with that glue, and then add a little bit of that Epsom salt all over. Don't worry if it looks like it's a little bit covered, because we're gonna get rid of that excess right now. Now I'm gonna tap it over here. We get rid of the excess, and now it looks frosted. Now I'm gonna take some of the jute twine, and I'm gonna wrap it around, but I had a little piece there that I had to cut. So I just wrapped it around, cut the piece that wasn't looking cute, added a little bit of hot glue, glue it there, and then go back and add up 1 or 2 more rows. Like that. Then I'm gonna glue it, cut the excess, and then we're gonna get to decorating this beautiful mason jar, and you can add anything you want. I'm gonna use this pick that I had from last year from Walmart. And as you see, it's covering my sign, but at the end, I will fix it so you can see our beautiful sign. Now I'm gonna add the pine cone, and then after that, I'm gonna add some berries that I had. But I wanted to use this ribbon, then I decided against it. And I added the berries like this. And then we're gonna take more of that jute twine, and we're gonna make a bow. And next week, next week, I'm gonna make a video on how I make my bow, so you can see how I make all of those. Now I'm gonna glue that bow in the corner over there, and I'm gonna fix that greenery that I have so we can see our sign. And here you have it all finished, and now we can see what it says. I just flipped that to the top of the jar, and here you can see it is frosted. Let me know what you think about this one, because I think it's cute. Now for DIY number 3, we're gonna make a countdown. And I'm using the back of this sign that I made last week. And I'm removing that label like this. Then I'm gonna take a decal that I made on my Cricut. And it includes a beautiful gnome. Look at that, so cute. And I'm gonna add first that gnome. And then I'm gonna add the words that it says, days until Christmas. So I'm gonna add that one. Make sure it's really well there. And then we're gonna paint the hat to make that beautiful gnome look like Santa. And I'm using Crimson from Waverly. I'm gonna give it 2 coats of this paint. And I'm gonna paint it all around to cover that beautiful hat. So we have a Santa hat over here. I'm gonna cover all around that decal. You can add more vinyl, red vinyl if you want. But I did it with paint. Now I'm taking chalk marker. Chalk marker. And I'm just making my numbers, and it's 161 days until Christmas. Now let me show you. Here you can see it all together, and it is so cute. I can't wait to display this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like modern farmhouse decor and lots of silly jokes, subscribe because that's what I do here. And hit the thumbs up and share this video with a friend because that really helps to support my channel. Also, go and check me out on my social media so we can be friends over there and have lots and lots of fun together. Now for DIY number 4, we're going to take this printout that I made on my computer. And we're going to take that frame from Walmart. I'm going to remove the backing and the glass. And I'm going to take the back part. And I'm going to cut that paper on the size of my frame. It's an 8 by 10. So I'm going to cut it really well, all the edges like this, so we can fit it in there. After we cut it, we're going to add it to our frame. And I removed the glass, and I shouldn't have. Now I'm going to add the glass again. And I'm going to add that printout and the backing like that. I'm going to close it, flip it over, and grab this paint pen or paint marker. And I'm going to grab my phone with a Merry Christmas that I did not follow. And I'm going to start just making it. See, it's a paint pen. And I'm going to start making a Merry Christmas or writing a Merry Christmas because you don't need a Cricut to make a beautiful sign. You just add your words, practice them before on a paper, and that will be it. We make a Merry Christmas, and we have a beautiful sign to display. Now I'm just adding a little bit more to my lines to make them thicker here and there so they look cute. And after I finish with that, we will have a beautiful sign that didn't need a cutting machine or anything. You just needed an image. You can use a bag from Dollar Tree if you want. And then you just write something on the glass and you have a beautiful sign. And I just love how this one turned out. Look at that. Merry Christmas in July. Now I'm just going to finish with this, so I can show you how this one turned out. And here you can see it. It's beautiful. And it wasn't made with a Cricut. So you can make a beautiful sign using stickers or your hand writing. Yeah. And here you can see all of them together once more. I'm in love with this set. They are all so beautiful. But I just want to know what you think. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about all of this. I'm in love with them. Remember that this is part of a hub. And in the description box down below, I'm going to leave you the link to the next creator so you can go and check it out. And also you're going to find the link to Deco Easy's channel so you can go and check out those ladies. I know and I promise you're gonna love them. They are so super talented, as well as all the ladies joining on this awesome hub. And remember that if you like modern farmhouse, decor, and lots of silly jokes, that's what I do here. So subscribe and hit the thumbs up and share this video with a friend because that really helps to support my channel. It makes YouTube notice me. And remember that if you like this one, hit the thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe so you can keep on watching this type of videos. Take care. Bye-bye.